All right, Andrew, welcome, first of all. And I guess let's just begin with, how's your brother doing? And apparently there might be good news on the horizon.
Yeah, so Pete's at MGH battling an infection. We were hopeful that he was going to be released today on Tuesday. I've gotten some mixed text messages back and forth, but as you mentioned, on the horizon shortly, hopefully we're hopeful to get him home. To Beverly.
Yeah, how much do you anticipate that? I mean, how much are you looking forward to getting him home?
Oh man, we can't even express into words what it would mean to get Pete home. And he's been battling an infection for a couple weeks now, and the last month has been pretty tough. However, once he gets home, he'll be with his wife and his daughter and our family, and he'll enjoy the Sunday cookouts that we have and some more Red Sox baseball.
What was it like to go through the unfortunate incident? Take me back to that day when it was reported that he had passed away, and how did you guys find out, and what was your reaction? How did you try to figure it out? What was going through the family?
It was a wild day. I've always told all my friends and whatnot that we'll never experience the month of the Ice Bucket Challenge in August of 2014. Last week was pretty close. July 4th week of 2017 is pretty close. Yeah, Pete was reported dead on Twitter, and about 30 minutes or so, it was still out there and unconfirmed. However, we have a private nurse that is with Pete in the hospital during that time, and we tried calling her. However, her phone was off. So there was about a 10-minute window where we were kind of doubting ourselves, saying, oh boy, I was with him the night before. My father saw him the day before as well, and my father finally got a hold of Amy, our private nurse at MGH, and we were like, hey, have you seen the news? And she's going, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Pete's snoozing, resting comfortably. So it was a crazy day, and we just, after that, we took to Twitter and Facebook and started correcting the story that Pete is alive and doing well.
Who told Pete?
Our nurse, and he saw it on Twitter, I'm sure.
And what was his initial reaction?
You saw it as I saw it on Twitter. Pete's tweet of the Eddie Vedder, "I'm still alive." It's thankful. We're grateful he has a great sense of humor, because without his sense of humor, who knows what the day would have, he's spun this into a positive now, more ALS awareness. We've seen a huge spike in donations and a huge spike in website traffic, and Pete's Twitter followers have grown about 5,000 since the news. So.
Were you shocked that Mike put that out there?
Shocked is definitely the right word. I have never met Mike personally in the 5 years of our journey. I know Pete and Mike's son played baseball together in a league maybe 10, 15 years ago. So for the Frates news to come from someone that we don't have a personal connection with, we have personal connections with Boston media people all across the city. You, Steve Buckley, two notable ones. And for the news to come to someone that we don't have a personal connection with is kind of strange. So we're going to kind of hold the personal conversations that we had with Mike close to the vest, but going forward, as I mentioned, Pete is turning this into ALS awareness and more positive vibes, and just more positivity towards striking out this disease.
He's got a great sense of humor, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he certainly does. We're lucky.
But also, you talked about the fight. Some good things have come out of this too, is the fact that you're able to take care of him now financially for at least another year, right?
Correct. A great family friend of ours has, his name is Rob Griffin. He has spearheaded a pilot program in conjunction with the ALS Association, and it's called the Pete Frates Home Health Initiative, and they have raised enough money to cover Pete's expenses for the next year. So we're so thankful to Rob and the entire Boston community, the Boston sports community, and the Boston philanthropists of today and tomorrow.
It's interesting. Buck put out in a column saying that Pete was probably the most important athlete right now in the city of Boston, right? Which was very cool. I take it a step further. If you go and read the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the citizens that have won that award or received that award, there's going to come a time where I know Pete is going to be nominated and probably receive one of those. That's kind of what he's led, and you guys have all been with him in this journey. What's that been like for you people?
Yeah, you know, Buck has been such a great family friend of ours, and for him to welcome Gordon Hayward, the big Celtics signee, to the city and saying, hey, you know, keep your ego in check, here's Pete Frates, right? The most important Boston athlete at this time. So it's just been amazing the way that Boston has really come around us and supported us, especially the Boston sports community. Pete's an athlete at heart, right? And he's a baseball player. He loves the Red Sox. We watch every game together. And for the Boston sports community to come around us, and it's amazing to see. And Pete's not going to go down until the last strike, the last out, you know, the last buzzer sound, or whatever sports cliche you want to throw in there, you know.
What did it mean to him to be, you know, I had my kids baptized in the men's room in Cooperstown. What did it mean for him to be in the Hall of Fame with the bucket and the hat going into the Hall of Fame?
It's such a special moment that we had at Fenway, where the National Baseball Hall of Fame came and gathered Pete's items: the ice bucket, sunglass shades, his hat, and his glove from Boston College. Such a special moment, and as you mentioned, it's so special to so many people. I have never been there. I guess I'm going to have to go now.
You've never been to Cooperstown?
I've never been to Cooperstown, so there's no better time for now.
It's like Disney to me. It's the same. It's just you'll love every second of it.
Me and you, Roche, we're going later this summer.
All right, I'm in.
Road trip.
Final thoughts. So you have a book coming out with Casey Sherman and David Wedge. Tell us about that and when it's out and how people can pre-order it now.
Yeah, so today, Amazon Prime Day, is a great time for you to add the Ice Bucket Challenge, the story of Pete Frates, to your Amazon cart. It's available for pre-order. We are launching it on September 5th, and it'll be ready for print then at that time. And we're just so excited to launch that book. And I also want to give a shout out. This Friday is the ComAv Classic, where Boston College alumni versus BU alumni are playing hockey at the Walter Brown. It's such a special event, and thanks to Pat Mullane and Andrew Orpik who have organized that.
And that's like the cream of the crop of the NHL. I mean, you got Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau on one side.
Jack Eichel on the other.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Bonino, all these cup winners and everything else. How cool of an event is that?
Brian Dumoulin, who's a Boston College guy, he just won the Stanley Cup a month ago, and now he's going to be lacing up for a competitive game for a great cause. And there's plenty of NHL All-Stars, as you mentioned, Johnny Gaudreau, Jack Eichel, and plenty
Charlie
more.
McAvoy, who's like a rock star right now in the city of Boston too. He's going to step on the ice, right?
Yep, come see Charlie McAvoy, Boston Bruins, hometown product, and yeah, it's going to be a special game, and it gets pretty competitive in the last period, so stay all the way through.
And lastly, let's end it with, as you guys go about this journey and you're going on, what does it mean to you that they're getting closer, they're fighting, and then the ALS, there's hopefully a cure for ALS, you know, as soon as possible?
Earlier this year, they just released that they approved their first drug. The FDA approved the first drug in 22 years to treat ALS. Now, it's not the cure. It's not a long-term treatment. It only slows the progression down. It's about 6 to 12 months. However, it's a step in the right direction. It is momentum, and that's all we're just trying to do now since the Ice Bucket Challenge, is just keep ALS in the news and keep the fight going. I'll
tell Dracula that we all said hi and we're praying for him, and happy to see that he's still with us on this earth.
That's a new nickname. I like it. Dracula. You hear that, Pete?
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks.